But if you say to him, you're a Negro, it's not an insult.
Oh, that for me. Just call me a black man. Just call me a black man. Why do you say Negro?
Negro. That's your name.
Dude, that's
okay, if someone asked me to describe you, I don't know your name. I know you're a man. I know you're taller than me. You wear a hat. But I would also identify the fact that you're black because that is a unique thing to you that is not common amongst everybody.
Last week you was a Christian, yes?
Yeah.
So did you sin last week?
Yeah. Well,
and you knew it was against God, right?
Yeah.
For me, that is a condition of picking and choosing. Because God is telling you don't do it.
Okay, wait.
Okay, so why are they referred to?
It's basically what it's describing is where they're from.
How he will describe. And is that place called Niger?
Okay, so a common way
because
to...
You calling me black guy does not refer to where I'm specifically am. It may refer to a continent, but it doesn't refer to where I'm specifically from.
Yeah,
so
well,
when you say Niger and you're saying to me that was a reference to be called Negro, why is that?
Because it doesn't have its historical value as a slur in that time and place. Okay?
And who made that?
Wait. Much centuries later, literally the 16th century.
That's when that originates from. It doesn't originate from the 1st century in Judea.
When I look at when I read that as a black man, I'm like, why are they referencing me? Like, why
in the 1st century?
Yeah, but any century, even today, we can talk about today.
Yeah, but you can't. You understand that the origin of that term, the etymology of that word, and how it was used historically. That goes back to 15, 16.
Tell me where I'm from.
Wait. Before you go off, right? When we talk about the philosophy of language, what doesn't matter is the word in itself, but words are just signifiers for things in reality that we point to, right? So the word hello, goodbye, Arsenal t-shirt, whatsoever,
I agree with
it doesn't actually mean anything until we give it a content to signify towards.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about terms in ancient manuscripts, we need to see what does the author intend to signify by it, rather than applying a later contextual lens, which this guy's doing.
Does the author have an objective? Does the author have the authority to objectively define a word?
Okay, so an author...
And is that author black?
So words don't have like objective meanings, as in like the word like Arsenal, just if it existed on its own would signify something, right? Because it's something that we just give meaning to and we abstract the meaning from the word, right?
This is an interlinear of that word, right? So this is a scholarly understanding of what it means. The origin of Latin origin, dark in color. It's just saying the guy is black.
Why?
Describing
Because
his
it's
color,
describing him.
not describing the person.
Wait. Before you go off, why do you have a problem with that when there are hadiths which literally describe slaves? Here's what I'm saying to you. Describing someone with a description that differentiates them from someone else isn't problematic. But if he wants to say that it's problematic, then he implicates a problem with his own worldview, because his own hadiths describe people as black slaves. Does Muhammad have black slaves in the hadiths? Does Muhammad trade black slaves?
We spoke about that. Can you
Okay, does Muhammad trade black slaves? Answer the question. Does Muhammad trade black slaves?
The color instead of this.
Answer the question.
We said we agree, we finish.
You can't disagree.
Okay, wait, Sam.
Can you show me?
Sam,
Did
just
he
listen to
describe?
me.
You said he was describing the place. Can you back up your evidence? Can you back up your evidence? Can you back up your evidence? Can you back up your evidence?
I want you to actually respond to what I just said.
Can you back
instead
up
of
your
running
evidence?
away and just talking over me? Okay, so don't talk after me. I'm the one that asked you a question first.
Can you show me? Can you give me evidence that he was describing the place, not the person?
I'm the one that first addressed you. So if I'm the person that first addressed you, then you're going to respond to my point first. And what my point is to you, Sam, is that the most implication that you can make from this Bible verse is that it's giving a description of a person, but because in your own Quran and Hadiths it gives descriptions of people, also known as your Quran and Hadiths describe Muhammad trading black slaves. Don't run away, don't run away, don't run away. Bye bye. That's the Dawah dash, baby. Dawah dash, baby.
For me, white.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Okay, now we can actually have a civil conversation about
At that
it.
time, it was understood as a bad thing.
Okay.
The reason why it's okay for you and me personally is because you two are white men, so you don't understand.
But-
No.
yeah,
Listen
no.
where I'm going with this, because you're already going to disagree. So that's fine.
Right,
So I know you're going to disagree already.
Go on, then.
Right. So I know
What
you're
do
going
you
to disagree. No problem.
Yeah.
It's easy for you because you have no problem. In the Bible, you will not see something that says Peter, the white man. You just understand mentally that okay, this
Yeah,
probably
but
could
I
be a white
really
man.
wouldn't care. If it said Peter the
You
White Man,
wouldn't
I'd be like,
care.
Yeah,
but
wait.
It doesn't exist.
But
Because it's just Peter,
the point of
Yeah,
what
yeah,
he's
just say-
It's
saying.
just Peter, yeah.
Wait.
So when someone's references of me, it doesn't say what the text you just gave me. It doesn't say, Saul from Ethiopia. It just says Saul the black. Why is that?
Well,
something?
actually, if you read
Why
that,
is
if
Why
you-
is that?
Wait.
Why are you trying to imply something that's not
Yeah.
in the text?
You just told me the text.
Wait,
Yeah, it
if you
just
wait,
means that you're
if you
dark-
read,
the
wait,
guy
if
who's
you
been
read the
referred to as dark
text,
skinned.
if you read the text,
Right,
it
now why is that
says
a
where
bad
they're
thing?
from. Multiple
Okay,
people.
Why is that
have you
sensitive?
okay, if someone asked me to describe you, I don't know your name. I know you're a man. I know
Yeah.
you're taller than me and you wear a hat. But I would also identify the fact that you're black because that is a unique thing to you that is not common amongst everybody. In the same sense that you being a man is not common to everybody. It helps identify you if I had to describe you. Like if you were referring to me, would you not say I'm a white guy?
I would.
Do you mean that's offensive?
I'd refer
I don't
to
think
you.
that's offensive.
I'd refer to
Amongst-
Chris as
I
like the
think- I
white
think-
guy
wait,
with the
wait,
blonde
If you,
hair.
wait, one more thing. If you think it's offensive, I think necessarily you're implying there's something wrong with you being either black or white. And I fundamentally disagree with that. I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything wrong with being either black or white. So it's
I
fine
agree with that,
to
I agree with
describe.
that.
There you are then.
Hey,
So when he's
baby,
called
it
Simon,
don't
But you asked
matter.
me
It don't matter if you're black or white.
You asked me a good question. What would you describe me as a white man if I was referring to you, right?
if I had to pick you out other people who were also white, probably not.
Nigeria.
Okay.
Just like if I like, I don't know, if I went to my black mates and I was the only white guy there, and one of them went, yeah, Chris, that white guy, I
Yeah.
completely understand why
Yeah, so
they
it
said that,
changes, yeah,
'cause
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a white guy.
Yeah. So,
You know?
so if being black is something unique about Simeon, who by the way isn't described in a negative way here, then it's merely picking out who he is apart from the others, the same way in his analogy. Which is why his argument doesn't work. But also the funny thing about what he's saying is he's saying it's wrong to describe someone by their race. But he
Not
has
using that term though.
wait, but
Ledger.
he has
What is that?
okay, wait. But
No,
that
I don't
term,
know.
so again, when we use words, they signify things in reality, right? In the 16th century, that term signifies something different in reality than it does in the 1st century, because there's
How can
no
we prove
first
that?
century, because there's a lack of 1st century evidence that describes it as a slur, right?
A lack though. Does it?
Okay.
But is
If you're-
okay? Be honest when you say that. Does it mean there's a possibility that it could have been derogatory?
Okay, let's
Okay.
wait, wait, wait.
No, be honest. Be honest.
wait.
Leave that
Let me explain
space.
this. Wait, let's take that
Wait,
seriously.
hold on, don't
In that
jump
case,
in.
then,
Wait,
I'm
wait.
going to assert that
Are you
any
twins? Come
wait,
on, man.
wait. I'm
He's
going to
about to
assert
respond.
that anytime someone's described as white or a different color, that's also offensive. I'm going to assert that. There's no evidence for that, but just like you were asserting that there's no evidence for the fact that Niger
word-
was a slur, I'm going to assert that anytime someone is described as white or light-skinned, that's an insult.
Okay.
But I have no evidence for it.
If hold on, wait.
Acts 13. Simon from Niger. Now, Niger can only be found in Africa, which is Niger Delta. So Niger, when he says Niger, it's direct.
Yeah, we just read this. We
So
read
it's
this.
pointing. It's pointing. So
He's explaining
for you to
Okay, go on.
for you to correct this, you need to go here.
I like your labels, by the way. That's
but-
looking
so
cool.
let me go here. Jeremiah. We don't use Jeremiah 14 because if you use Jeremiah 14, they must say, oh, it's because of smoke. So let's read Jeremiah 8 verse.
I think we're getting into the Hebrew Israelite stuff.
No, not Hebrew Israelite.
No Hebrew
stop.
Israelite? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
he's a Jew. I mean, he's a
cool.
Christian too.
Are you
don't
a Jew?
say that. Yeah, I'm a Jew.
Oh, okay.
Let's finish this topic.
Yes. So read from 19 to 22.
All right. Before I read this here, what is your point though? What's the point on
Just
this?
read it. You will see. Just read it. We're talking about Niger. We're talking about Simon Niger. Yeah. Let's read.
All right, cool. Behold the voice of the cry of the daughter of my people, because of them that dwell in a far country. Is not the Lord in Zion? Is her king in her? Why have they provoked me to anger with their graven images? See, that's what I was talking about before. All right.
We can
And
talk
with-
about that more.
Yeah, with you. You see? Oh, man. Okay, cool. And with strange vanities. The harvest is past. The summer is ended, and we are not saved. For the hurt of the daughter of my people, I am I hurt. I am black. Astonishment.
Stop. Is what?
I am black.
indict. So with Simon is what?
I'm black. So what's the
Simon from Niger is black.
I don't think anyone disagreed with
I
that.
don't disagree with that. I don't.
No.
Yeah, that's
You
not.
understand?
Yeah, that's not the
what I was saying,
contention.
That's what I was saying. That's
If
what
you
I
are
was
going to talk about colour, they were black.
That's
But
fine.
it's got nothing to do
Why
with
is
righteousness.
the Niger
So
white?
wait. The debate isn't about if he's described as black in the verse. I think there's an agreement on that. Right?
Yeah.
But the point, what's being debated about is
use.
that offensive
Yes.
in the way it's being
Yes.
said? And what we're saying
Okay,
is that is
the
not
word
offensive.
Niger cannot be offensive. Neither the word Negro cannot be offensive. That means a slave from Jamaica. The word, when you say to a person you're a nigger, it's a directly insult. But if you say to him you're a Negro, it's not an insult.
Oh, that for me. Just call me a black man. Just call me a black man.
Negro.
Why you say Negro? Why?
Negro, that's your name.
Do they have any other
You're
descriptive of black
called
man?
a Negro because
For what?
Aye.
Do you have any other?
So,
do you have
Can
any-
we
for white?
can
Okay.
we wrap this
For
up?
white
Chris.
man.
Do you have any
Chris,
The
other description
word
for white man?
Negro just means that you come
Any
from
other
Niger.
description for white man?
I know. Biblical text. Someone's been described as
Yeah.
light skin. I think there are. I can't.
No.
think of any verse.
Light skin is like
Okay.
over here.
Well, the thing
Okay,
is,
so-
in
White,
the region,
white.
in the region, you wouldn't see people like me. Would you see people like me in Judea? Like, literally, I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost. I'm real white.
But you're drawing
Sounds
saying
this
that
guy.
Jesus is white. You're drawing
Hey
saying
man, we're the same colour as this guy's shirt right
If you go to
here.
Asia, Jesus is drawn Asian.
your church.
Yep.
Do you have a white man?
Everyone around the world depicts in art symbolism, right?
And God told
so
you
they
don't do it.
symbolize the
God
Christ
told you
in a
don't
way
do
that
it.
they relate.
I said, walk up
But God told you don't do it. But forget that. I'm asking you, do you have a white man?
What do you
Do
mean?
you have a white man in your church?
Yeah.
The
Got
picture
white,
God.
black, Asian. Yeah.
No.
Because we don't make distinctions.
In your church?
Yeah, in my church, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, give me a biblical reference that might reference a white man. Because you gave me Niger, right? So give me a white man.
I don't know off the top of my head.
You want a white man?
Look,
Pontius
you want to
Pilate.
see
There you
people like
go.
this. People are going to be
White guy.
darker skinned than me. You know that.
Because old school,
All right.
I mean, you need to understand the early church took place in a very non-white region of the world. The earliest church fathers were not looking like me.
I agree with that. I agree with
Right, so our traditions come from darker skinned people. They don't come from white people like me. It was Europe eventually got Christianity, but it wasn't until much later.
that. I asked him the question
The
earlier.
earliest
yeah.
places were Egypt,
Ethiopia.
Yeah, I'm in consensus with you. I agree with all you're saying.
Palestine.
what's the most?
Jordan.
Minneapolis one.
Yeah.
So these are the areas that were Christian first.
Yeah.
So again, the whole idea that Christianity is a white man's religion is false.
I didn't say that.
I'm just saying.
Okay. So now we all we need to establish for this argument to come to an
Before
end
you get there, I
is
promise I will let you right. I just want to ask you one question, and if you answer it, cool. Damn, shoot.
there was no such thing.
Yeah, all right. Would you be content with going to a church with no images, no pictures? Could you worship God the same way with just words?
wait, that's
Just the
going to
Bible.
take us into a
That's
different
gonna take
topic,
us into a-
though. Because I think there's going to be some disagreements with some
I just
people.
want to hear
So I can worship wherever. So I can worship alone without any images or anything. I
Yeah.
can worship that way.
But would you be content
But I
with the
can
church?
also worship in a church where there's pictures of Christ and there's pictures of saints. I would say that's fine.
Oh, okay.
No,
yeah.
don't make no graven image.
Thank you.
But didn't the Ark of the
The
Covenant?
Ark of the Covenant had angels carved
I
into
know,
it.
it's
I
literally
want to hear
angels.
that because he's being honest.
No, I'm being honest. You haven't heard it.
God says,
The Ark of the
we
Covenant.
must not make.
The Ark of the Covenant.
no,
did it
no,
have
no.
angels on the top of it or not?
That's not God.
That's not God.
nothing,
God commanded the building
Hold on.
of the Ark of the Covenant.
God told them to make it.
God told them to make that.
God told them to make the Ark of the Covenant and to put these images on top of it.
No,
Depicting
no.
God.
No, they're depicting
No,
angels.
but I'm saying God, because
Right,
in your
I
church
said-
there's a
I
picture
said-
of God, right?
Of
Jesus.
Christ, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that Christ is God. You're
Yeah.
giving me angels. I'm not, listen, forget the angels. Put that to the side, yeah? You have pictures depicting God. God is telling you in the beginning of your book,
Right.
God is word and his word was God. He also tells you in Exodus, don't make no graven images, for I am a jealous God.
Right.
What?
Graven images.
What do you
What?
think graven image means? though?
Yeah, what do you
Of
think?
God.
That's a graven image is an idolatrous
Something
image.
you
Think
see-
about
Yeah.
wait. Think about the context in which Israel was in. They just worshipped a golden calf, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what was the penalty
What-
for that?
Okay, so they're worshipping. Wait, so what is idolatry? It's when you place something in the place of God,
Yes.
right?
What
Okay.
you guys
okay,
are doing today.
okay. Wait.
Yeah.
So when someone looks at a picture of Saint Augustine or Saint Irenaeus or Saint
Jesus.
or No, because Jesus is God, so it's not idolatry. So when we look,
when we have a picture of it.
No, because
Why?
okay, the purpose of the picture is not that it is a one-to-one likeness to what Jesus looks like, but it's so that you can focus your mind more on what you're focusing on in the divine liturgy.
For me, the word is enough. Why isn't the word enough though? Why do
is
you
it
need a
important to
picture?
venerate?
What do you mean by the word? The word?
Because when the brother just was here and he said, "Don't make no graven images." For me, don't make an image of God. Whatever you think of has a beginning and a last.
Yep.
The person that made it is
Because
gonna.
people would worship that as God.
Yeah, we don't make images
worship
of
it as God.
we don't make
But you
images
would
of
say
like
that
the
God is
Father.
God.
You
would
believe
say-
that God is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. God is immaterial. God is not in a book. He's not on the ground. No. So we're
You would
clear
say
with
that picture is God, right?
No.
It's a
God
picture of
isn't.
God.
It's a picture.
A
Wait.
picture of God.
The
Doesn't
picture
that sound
is.
crazy to you?
Wait.
No,
The
someone drew it.
picture
It's
is
a start.
signifying God, but the picture
No,
isn't
the picture
God.
where you have
That's
to
a picture
signify
of
God
God.
though.
A picture of God.
Yes, an artistic, symbolic
Hold up. Which one
image
I picture?
that
Wow,
that calls
it
you
shows
to
you're not
venerate.
listening
That's
to the
it.
book. You're not listening.
This.
Right.
Which
No
one
one
of
thinks
the
that picture
God is
is
telling you,
picture
don't
is
make it, and
literally
you're still
God.
doing
No one
it.
thinks that.
You're still doing it.
which one of the picture represent Christ?
Huh?
Which one of the picture represent Christ?
Which one of the pictures represents
He's
Christ?
saying all colours, right? All.
Well, it's an
Could be
artistic
Asian.
representation. It's just man's representation.
All right, let me
of-
say this.
of
Let me
Christ.
say
That's
this.
Eden
right?
religion.
Let me
Eden.
say this.
But we don't worship that
Christ
image as God.
is from the
because
tribe
that is
of Judah.
idolatry.
Christ is from the tribe of Judah, yes?
Christ is from the tribe of Judah, yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Now he was, so he must have come with color, yes?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been
Right.
like color.
So Christ,
Yeah.
Image in your church. Okay, so is that image God?
What image? Which God?
That
Which image are you talking
image in your church, is that God?
of Christ?
Yeah.
That's because Christ is God.
The image itself isn't
image
God,
is a
but the image
representation.
represents
Who drew that
God.
image?
Yeah.
Someone
the
else.
one person of Christ who is God.
Okay,
We
someone drew that
don't
image.
worship the image.
Yeah.
We don't think the image is God.
Yeah.
We don't think the colours are God. We
Okay.
don't think the material it's made out of is
No
God.
problem.
It is merely a symbolic way to call you to worship the one true God, Father,
No
Son, Holy
problem.
Spirit.
And I'm
That
fine.
is all that is.
Fine.
If you take it further than that, then that is idolatry.
Okay.
But we don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the point.
Now, would
just
you-
like the Ark of the Covenant, which has icons on it,
Yes.
properly understood, is not idolatry. There you are.
Again,
Okay.
Joshua literally bowed down to the Ark of the
Yeah,
Covenant.
they're bowing down to the Ark of
they're
the
bowing
Covenant.
down,
For me, that's blasphemy.
bowing down,
God
bowing
did it.
down
God-
to the ark.
God
He never
literally
bowed
told
down
them
to
to
the
bow.
ark.
Joshua chapter
I
1.
want to see if you're strong. You're
Where's God's
consistent.
presence? In the Old Testament, where's God's
Father
presence?
God,
I would
bow
say
down
everywhere.
to no image.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. God's presence. Nothing escapes him.
You can take up
Okay,
his
so it's
verse.
not in the Ark.
What happened?
It's not in his temple.
The
God's
ark-
everywhere. Everywhere.
the ark of the
Everywhere. So
covenant
if you
was
say
in
it's
the
there, it's
temple,
there.
God's
and
presence
where it
dwells
was
in the Ark of the
temple,
Covenant.
that's where we
You know, the
see
smoke of
so if we get down now,
is it
we
a cloud
used
by
to
day,
pray,
smoke of fire by
course
night?
it's gonna be over
Whatever it
there.
is.
But
I mean,
Yeah.
that's your belief. I remember.
No, that's scripture, bro.
Okay, if you believe, but you have to believe in it.
Why
not
actually do
believe
you
in it.
believe? Are you a Jew, a Christian?
I'm a monotheist.
Monotheist.
I'm monotheist.
Right,
So
okay.
basically, you can say I pick and choose.
Yeah, you
But we all
basically
do that, though.
don't.
We all do that, though. We do that.
Okay, would you say you don't have a
Wait,
particular
hold on. I
religion,
got
you
a
just
good
believe in
point.
God?
Do we all pick and choose in religion?
No.
So you,
Wait.
you
It depends, it depends what you mean by pick and choose. If you mean do you pick a religion, I think many people pick a religion. Yeah.
Pick and choose between instructions of God. We all pick and choose, right? So,
No.
So have you followed what God has instructed you to do to the T?
Okay, so I haven't done that personally. Wait. But
All man
that
have
would
fallen,
presuppose
all
that I'm
man
a
have
Yeah, all
perfect
man have fallen,
person.
right?
So no
No,
man
Yeah,
fully
exactly.
perfectly follows
I'm not a
the law.
perfect
Okay,
person.
last week you was a Christian,
Again,
right?
it's
Last
scripture.
week you was a Christian. Last week you was a Christian, yes?
Yeah.
So did you
It's
sin last week?
Yeah.
And you knew it was against God, right?
Yeah.
For me, that is a condition of picking and choosing. Because God is telling you don't do it.
Okay,
and
wait.
you've done
Yeah,
it.
so
Okay,
okay,
so for me-
you would have to think that you're being called to perfection, and if you fail
Wait.
that, you're somehow not a Christian.
God
No,
bless
no,
you.
no, no, no,
Wait. Before you both go, wait. Before you both go, can I just get a word in?
Yeah,
When you
sorry, I
originally,
didn't mean to-
when you originally said pick and choose, to me it sounded like you're talking about. To me, it sounds like you're talking about picking and choosing intellectual things to believe. Meanwhile, when you're talking about Chris picking and choosing, it's not that Chris suddenly thinks one day, oh, this isn't wrong. It's that Chris is just struggling with a battle with the flesh in the spirit, right? So there's
Knowing it
a
was
difference. There's a
wrong,
difference
right?
between picking and choosing what you believe and
Struggling.
and also struggling with what.
But did you have the option of not doing that sin though?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you still
you
done
get
it.
do you get the difference though?
Yeah, I get what
Because
you're saying.
okay,
I get
so
what you're
when you
saying.
say
But
you
let's be
pick and
honest.
choose, when you say you pick and choose, you're talking about intellectual options
No, that's not what I'm
rather than spiritual ones.
You're telling me what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about.
That's a good point.
You're telling me what I'm talking about.
Okay, so when you said you pick and choose, what did you mean by that?
Okay, what I meant is, when we're picking and choose, we intellectually know what let's say, but the reason why I asked you was you a Christian last week?
Yes.
You was. Yes. Cool. Cool. And you sinned last week?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you knew that action. I'm sure you was conscious that action was against
We've
what God
already
is saying.
established this. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. I'm just summarizing. So you knew it was against God, and you still done it as a Christian
because of my fallen nature and struggling in spiritual sin. It's a battle.
And is it likely that you might do that action again at some point?
I have a corrupted nature. I will ultimately fall into sin in some cases.
Now,
but
I love that you said that.
Through the,
at least in my hand.
Why
What,
do you shake my hand?
I'm taking your hand.
I'm a human being. I'm a human being with a fallen nature.
Now,
it is through Christ that strengthens me to overcome sin.
Amen.
That does not mean I am immediately made perfect and can have the whole of my worldly life never engaging in sin. No, I acknowledge that I am not Christ. I am not perfect. I'm in the process of improving through my faith in Christ, through Him and the Spirit
sanctification.
Sanctified me.
Great. Now, I agree with that. Now, I'm going to show you the other side to that, because there are some sins that you might do or you might not do, right? But there's some sins also that you would never do. So, for example, apostating against Jesus, is that a sin?
Yes.
That's a sin. But you would never do it, right?
Never do it, no.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but that's not picking and choosing. That's just some things are harder to deal with than others.
I mean, that to me is quite easy.
You would say that?
Well, no, I'm firmly in the belief that Jesus is God. So it makes no sense for me to really struggle with it.
Could it change tomorrow?
It could do, but for the last,
I like that.
I don't know, how long has it been? 13, 14 years of me being a Christian, it's not been an issue.
So I don't think it's going to be.
But
Do you hear what he said? He said it could change tomorrow. So when you rate the difficulty of apostating against Jesus, it's a possibility.
When you talk, because when he says,
I won't struggle with it tomorrow. Because 14 years I haven't struggled with it.
Doesn't matter.
I know. But I'm saying that the evidence. You know what?
It could be your last day on earth.
For the last 30 years of my life, the sun has always risen from the east. It might not do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But my point is that I would be a fool if I didn't say I think the sun is going to rise from the east tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
because all the evidence tells me that's
exactly.
But I understand your point.
Yeah.
It's possible that I will.
It's possible. Yeah, that's what I mean. So that's my. I'm not going to tell you that's an objective criteria of picking and choosing. That's my criteria of picking and choosing. And I feel like every religious person does it. We don't adhere to the book.
I think
knowing it goes against your book, we don't adhere to it. No one does.
I think the problem is though, it's not a logical problem for the religion in itself when you have people within that system that fail to meet certain things that they're called to do, right? It's not a problem for the religion itself. It's just that certain people in that religion are just struggling with ways in which they act in their life. I myself, Chris, and anyone who says that they wouldn't would be obviously a liar. And that's why we would say thank you for Jesus for dying for our sins, so that we can repent of that and then we can keep living our lives and trying to grow closer and closer with God every day. But the point is, right, the only way that this would have any force against Christianity as an ideology is if Christians were just picking and choosing intellectual caveats in like Christianity or something like this, just off the whim. But that's not something that's necessitated by Christian belief. So it's not really a problem for Christians. It's just an observation of human nature that you're making.
That's why I told you. That's why I set my. I'm not telling you it's objective. I'm just saying I've set my own criteria of what picking and choosing is, and we all do it.
Okay, and we're gonna say there's no problem. There's no problem. Yeah.
We're not gonna agree. You might agree. I don't know. But
just to say that the term picking and choosing is quite loaded emotionally.
Yeah.
So if I said to Thomas, "Oh, he's picking and choosing," it implies that he's like being dishonest or hypocritical in some way. So I would suggest maybe a different tone. It's picking and choosing. Like if I said to you, I think you're picking and choosing, like you'd be like.
No, I accept that I do.
I know, because you have your way of like interpreting that term.
Yeah.
But for the average person, I think picking and choosing it's likely to be perceived as differently.
It is a painful truth that you have to assent to be as honest, because it's not easy to be honest. For me, when I say that I pick and choose, it's not easy to say it, but I do. I generally do if I'm being honest with myself. But that's just me. That's a criteria I've set for myself.
Oh, fair enough. What's your name?
I'm Frank.
Frank.
Yeah.
Frank. What do you mean?
I can shake your hand now,
yeah? Yeah.
You can always shake my hand. I'm Thomas, by the way. No?
Thomas.
We spoke last week. We spoke last week, didn't we?
And are you of the same ideology? You believe in the same?
Yeah, we're both Christians.
Yeah, we're both Christians.
All right. Hey, I'm content.
All right, cool. So we'll just wrap up for the camera. All right. So basically, the way this conversation started is we overheard Sam Dawah trying to give an argument from Acts chapter 13, verse 1, where he tried to say that Simeon was called the N-word, right? And then we broke down that the reason why this argument doesn't work is because words are just placeholders for signifying things in reality. And as long as the word Niger doesn't signify something bad or a negative racist connotation in the first century, then it wouldn't be any logical problem for the Christian worldview or saying that this is racist in any fashion, but it's just a differentiator for saying that someone is so-and-so in a group of people, such as it does with the other people in the passage. And Chris even gave the example earlier, if Chris was the only white guy in a group of black guys, it wouldn't be a problem. Now here's where it got funny. When I asked Sam Dawah, does the Hadiths describe the race of people? He ran away. And the reason why is because he knows that the Hadiths say that Muhammad traded black slaves, or that it describes Muhammad himself as being white. He had a white shin. He's the white guy reclining on this guy's shoulder, right? And it's not a problem to say Muhammad is white or describe him in that way. Maybe the slave stuff is problematic, but that's another issue. The point is that he's being hypocritical in his analysis of the verse, because if all the verse is just picking out a characteristic in which we can differentiate a person to understand who they are, then he would have the same problem in his system of belief, because his system does that as well. And when he noticed that, he ran away. So Sam Dawah, you're going to need to stop carrying away and actually come and debate Christians when you bring up these points in the park. But my name's Thomas Apologia. Chris, I don't know if you want to add anything else. Chris is talking to someone right now. So yeah, God bless you guys. All right.
I'm good, I'm right. Yeah.
God bless you all.